Yo, what's good, people? It's me, back with another video. And today I don't necessarily know what to talk about again, but there was an article I read today, that was talking about Trevor. Before we get into that, actually, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah, and turn on the post notification so you know when I upload. But yeah, let's get back into what I was talking about. It was an article about Trevor Noah having an interview with Dwayne The Rock Johnson, right? And Dwayne The Rock Johnson was basically like coming at Trevor Noah for the fact that Trevor Noah doesn't have like a job, but he's making so much money. Because as a comedian, you're just doing gigs, you know what I mean? You don't really get like a stable income, you know what I'm saying? So Dwayne The Rock Johnson was just going at him for that. And then Trevor Noah was saying, in the world we live in nowadays, there are so many ways you can make money. And then he introduced Dwayne The Rock, I keep saying his full name, Dwayne Johnson, saying that he uses this some some app or site where he puts like a certain amount of money down, and it has to be like a specific amount, and then in a month to 3 months he can turn that amount of money into, like, say it'll be like 5,000 rand, he'll turn that into like a mil or 2 mil within 2 3 months. So Dwayne The Rock Johnson was like, oh, let me see how it works. Then Dwayne put his details in, put in the money, and then Trevor Noah was like, okay, now in the next 30 minutes, we will see how much money you could have made, or how much money has been made the the lowest amount you put in. So they continue talking about trading and stuff, I think. And then after those 30 minutes, Trevor Noah comes back and he says, let's check the phone. The money went from 4,000 to 4,700 to 5,200, right? And before all of this happened, actually, um, Dwayne was saying that, how is Trevor Noah able to buy himself a Land Rover, all of these things, when like a year ago he had such an old car and he was like not living in the greatest conditions and stuff, where Dwayne is making just enough money to feed his family. That to me is wild. Either Dwayne is lying, or the prices in America are so insane that even for actors, it's tough to live in there. Like, that is actually really crazy to me. Because I mean, as a movie star, you shouldn't necessarily be having so many issues with like living experiences. You know what I mean? Unless The Rock is actually buying a house that he shouldn't have bought, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he went, his eyes were bigger than his wallet, if you get what I'm saying. Like, he thought, oh, this is the house that I want my kids and stuff to live in, you know what I mean? I don't care about the price. And now he's finally feeling the issues, or feeling the consequences of buying such an expensive house or whatever, you know what I mean? But if it's the other factor of America's just that expensive, that is actually insane. And another thing that I saw on social media today was about, if, say we have, okay, this guy was speaking in America, so he was saying, say you have 190 million Americans, right? And 90 million of that 190 million are working people, right? So if like half of those people for like a month were like, no, I've saved up enough money, I'm not going to pay rent, I'm not going to pay any of this water bills or anything like that. Like, if people actually all just came together and fought back, the government wouldn't be able to do anything, because apparently the government are supposed to serve us, because because they need to cater to everyone in their country, if you get what I'm saying. So like, the fact that us as civilians feel that the roles are sort of reversed, like we are serving them because of all the stuff that we pay, when they are supposed to be like sort of below us, you know what I'm saying? Because we are technically top priority, you know what I'm saying? Making sure that the citizens and the civilians are all safe, and like, everyone is more or less taken care of. So it's like, if people had to, if we all had to just fight back, what would happen? I've always wondered that. Like, there are so many things that we just take as it is, and I don't understand why. Like, genuinely, there are so many things in this world that we just accepted as humans and just went on with. Like, if animals are able to survive, well, not all animals, but if animals are able to survive in the wilderness, and humans were able to also, like, far back in the years, all of these things don't necessarily matter. You know what I mean? Like, we could, well, not we could, but I feel like if the world went back to the way it was like millions of years ago, where it was just wildlife and natural things going on, life would be less stressful. Because me now as a student, I have to worry about traveling, I have to worry about the money, I have to worry about my future, like where I'm going to be going with my life. Where in the wilderness, you're just worried about eating, being safe, being able to sleep. You know what I mean? Like, there's probably more things to it, but like, it's right now, it's a lot more stressful for no reason whatsoever. Like, someone so amazing could pass the next day, and it's like, you did all of these things in life, and now it's like, man, you know what I mean? Like, it may sound as dull as possible. It may sound dull or sad, but like, why is life the way it is, and why are we so accepting of the things that are going on in this world? Like, people really just don't care and couldn't give a damn about the things, and like the way the government is just doing stuff. Like, we could genuinely, like, as civilians, we could genuinely overthrow the government ourselves. Yes, a few people may die if they bring out the military themselves, but it would still work. You know what I mean? Like, I get people wanna live a comfortable and lavish life, but with the rates and like inflation and all that, it's becoming less and less possible for more people to live lavish. You know what I mean? Even with this thing with Dwayne and Trevor Noah, where Trevor Noah was talking about that you have to put in like at least 4,700 deposits. You know what I mean? To actually start the thing going. And Dwayne was like, what about the people who see 4,700 as a lot? And that's flipping valid. Like, 100 rand to me might not be as much as it is to someone in a, how do I say, a more less fortunate situation. Does that even make sense? I don't know, but you get what I'm saying. Like, we have to factor in so many things, because one thing that I also heard is that from a lot of people, I can't remember where, it was a bunch of podcasts that said some stuff similar to this, where they said that in order for an economy to thrive, you need poor people. Because if everyone's rich, then there wouldn't be a way of measuring economy and worth. You know what I'm saying? Because everyone has money. So it's like, where is the line for people who don't have money and people who do when everyone does? So you sort of need poor people to create that level of that spectrum on where you have to be over the poverty line, and then there's another line where you're like super rich. You know what I'm saying? But if everyone was just rich, there wouldn't be an economy. I don't know how to explain it myself, but the way those people explained it was actually really well. And it made a lot of sense to me, you know what I'm saying? Like, I genuinely, I don't even know, man. Ish. Life is just something else, honestly. Like, it's genuinely so weird. The choices people make throughout their lives. And the fact that some of these choices really will stick with you for the rest of your life are just bizarre, you know? And like, and some of these choices are based on the way the world, or the way we have universally accepted these structures. Within these structures, some choices that you make that stick with you are because of these structures. If we didn't have these structures, the choices that you make don't wouldn't really like affect you so much. Like if we were all living in the wilderness, the main thing that would affect you like fully is whether you is like if you eat something super bad that's not going to kill you within like a week or two, or trying to do something fun but it's stupid in the eyes of other people. If you get what I'm saying, like there are certain things that we as a civilization could change so easily if we all just literally did it at the same time. Like revolutions used to happen so much back in the day for certain things. And I feel like if there was another one that would abolish like all things, well, not all things, but things that cause wars and stuff, you know what I mean? Like things that cause huge conflict. Like money. Money, it's the fact of money is just so insane, and the concept of it is just so insane. All of a sudden, I have to pay for water. Like, why am I paying for water? How are you getting me to pay for water? Like the most basic item on the planet, I have to pay for. That just doesn't like click with me, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't expect me to just like do these things, you know, and people are just accepting of it. Nobody says anything to the fact that we have to pay water. Everyone's just fine with it. Like, why can't we just have a normal, like, barter system where I trade you for one thing, you give me one thing, you know what I mean? I feel like the barter system back in the day, obviously I wouldn't know personally, but I feel like the barter system back in the day really would have worked out if they kept it this way. Because we could rather have people trade in things for something rather than having to have a certain amount of money to get something. And to get that certain amount of money, you have to work your ass off just to make that small bit to get something. Like like if I could trade the camera in for like um say I have a PlayStation 4 and I need a controller or two controllers. I trade in my camera for two controllers. You know what I mean? Like something like that, instead of me having to now muster up the money to now go get two controllers. And the way I have to muster up that money is by doing something I might not even enjoy myself. You know, like all of these things that people have to just go through. We are all accepting of it, and I just genuinely don't understand. What's the point in accepting it all? You know, like I may not know the full like image or know the full story of why we just accept everything. But like life shouldn't be the serious, you know? Life genuinely shouldn't be the serious. Like I'm only alive once in my life. Once. And I have to majority of it is gonna be filled with stress. Like that to me doesn't make sense. Why do we have to live in a life where stress is a huge factor in many people's life who want to make it? You know what I mean? Like you're gonna have to like put yourself through stress and tough nights and stuff like that. Like why does that need to be a thing? Look, I'm all for it, you know, I'm all for it. But it just doesn't make sense to want to go through this mental pain and struggle when people like millions of years ago never really stressed like this. Like, you know what I mean? Like, everything was just here it is. Like, nothing else is gonna be insane or different. You know what I mean? Like, I'm so grateful for like the camera, that the house I'm living in, all of the stuff I have. But if I don't even know how to explain what I'm trying to say. Like, my mind is just everywhere. What is it? Everywhere. What's it? Everywhere all at once. Yeah, with these type of things. These are the type of things I like to talk about, you know what I mean? Like, people just accept so many things, and I don't get it. Me, I accept whatever anyone says to me because I don't care about what you guys have to say about me. You know what I mean? Like, all you, I don't know. And one thing is, I also don't know what happened to people. Like, back in the day, everyone used to use the term sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can never hurt me. Now, all of a sudden, people don't listen to that anymore. Like, everyone gets offended by, like, a sentence someone could say. Obviously, given the certain circumstances, but like, if you're just chilling with someone and they say something, it's the way you interpret what they said, you know? Words should not hurt you. You know yourself. Why would you let someone else tell you something differently about you as if they know you better than you? Bro, come on. You can't tell me to be me, but you can tell me how I must be. I am me and I know me. You know what I'm saying? Like, people just really, I don't understand, man. At the end of the day, it's people's own interpretations of things. Like, you can be whoever you'd want to be. Don't let other people get in the way of who you want to be. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that deep. If people don't like who you are, you like who you are, and that's all that should matter. You know what I'm saying? Self-acceptance is the first way to success, in my opinion. Like, success to me doesn't even involve money most of the time. It involves self-acceptance, self-esteem, you know, building yourself as a human being, building yourself spiritually, building yourself mentally, building yourself physically. And then you bring in external factors. You know what I'm saying? Like, I genuinely, I feel like I've had a lot more fun in life when things didn't have to do about money, because having to worry about money or having to worry about money while going out adds stress that's not needed and not wanted when you're just trying to have fun outside with people. You know what I'm saying? Like, now you're gonna have to worry about who's gonna eat, what we're gonna get, where we're gonna get it from, how am I gonna get home. You know, like, so many things just go through people's minds. Whereas if we were living back in the day, like far, far back in the day, you wouldn't worry about that. You just be like, yeah, I'm chilling outside. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even need to worry about where I'm sleeping. I'm gonna sleep on the floor. You know, like, I don't care. Like, if I'm tired, I'm gonna stop where I am, take a nap, wake up, and I'm gone again. Obviously, that's an exaggeration, but like, you get what I mean. The main worries was, like, from my from my knowledge of high school, like history and life science and all of that, from my knowledge of those things from back in the day, the main things you would worry about is food and whether you're being hunted or not. And obviously some like unknown diseases. But those unknown diseases would be caught from someone doing something dumb, or maybe a few people like ate something that wasn't supposed to be eaten. You know what I mean? Like, why can't we have the knowledge that we know now and still live like the way we did as Neanderthals or cavemen did back in the day? You know what I mean? We can still be sophisticated human beings, but why not do it in the wilderness? The utmost freedom you could ever have. Like, in the wilderness, you're not getting charged for anything. You're not being expected to become something. Like, you're able to live the life you want to live. You're able to do whatever you want to do. You know what I mean? Even though there wouldn't be as much things to do back then. But people create their own fun, you know? As kids. Well, not the new generation kids. Maybe some of the new generation kids. But when I was a kid, we made up our own fun, you know? There was no need for technology or money or anything. You just made up our own fun. You just went outside to do whatever you wanted to do, you know what I'm saying? It's just the fact of being outside that was the best part of it all. I didn't care about what I was gonna do, who I was gonna do it with, where I was gonna be. Just as long as I'm outside and around nature and whatever, I'm happy and free. You know what I'm saying? Once I get back inside, that's where life starts to hit, where you have to worry about school, projects, all of these things that in the greater scale of things don't matter at all. Like the education you learn, it's so it doesn't help in your everyday life so much. I can say otherwise because I took subjects that related to the outside natural world. But maths and stuff, you don't necessarily need all those in-depth calculation stuff unless you're going to be studying that. That's it. I don't use trigonometry to make an animation. You know, like I don't use trigonometry to mop the floors or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like unless you're going in that field for something, it's not needed. You know, like that was this world just makes me upset all the time. Honestly, guys, genuinely just makes me mad. The way everything is, the way people are, the way the government works, the way the elites work, the way everyone just does things and everyone's just accepting of it. I don't like the fact that everyone's just accepting of it. I'm not accepting of it. There's a lot of things I don't accept that people just do, you know. But if you speak, you're a you're a weirdo, or no, you shouldn't be woke or whatever. I don't care. Stop using these terms. These terms are so dumb. Like, these terms just don't make sense to an average human being. Genuinely, you look stupid. I'm joking, man. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed my. I don't even know what that was. That was just me letting some stuff off my chest. You know what I'm saying? Like, I genuinely. This video was just me being able to talk again. Hope you enjoyed it. Let the people hear me. Let the people know what I'm thinking. If the people enjoy it, you know, like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on that post notifications, guys. Like, I'm not doing this for money. I'm doing this for me. If money comes into this thing, I won't say no. You know what I mean? Bring the money in by any means necessary. By any means necessary. You know what I'm saying? Like, anyway, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Make sure you tune in on Sunday. It's gonna be a great video. All right. Bye-bye.